So, Nico, I understand, like most people, you enjoy singing in the shower.
Oh, I love singing in the shower. I love it. Unfortunately, as my primary school teacher said very diplomatically, Nico, singing is not one of your talents.
That's a very diplomatic, nice way to say it.
My family are a little more blunt. They said to me, Nico, you must sing as loudly as you want, but don't use your voice. Keep it in your head.
Oh, wow.
That was how they sang.
Wow.
They presented it to me, and I understand that. I realized that when the cat would run out of the shower when I started singing. And my favorite hymn is that verse in Isaiah, that those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. And it has a beautiful picture, in my mind, of an eagle soaring in the sky and the beautiful sound that that eagle makes. And when I explained that to my family, they said, Nico, in reality, when you sing, it's like a set of roosters and hens being chased by a cat. It's not an eagle soaring.
Oh, goodness me. Sorry, Nico.
So that was my reality. And that is sometimes what I feel when I look at South Africa as well. Because I have this picture of what we are supposed to be when we're in step with what God's intention is of our city. And then we look at reality and we are far away. I have been very troubled by what has been happening in our beautiful city in the last few days. And I want to talk about that, and I want to talk about it honestly. I want to first start off by saying that not every taxi owner is a criminal. It's important that we understand that. Not every taxi owner is a gangster. Not every taxi owner disobeys every single traffic regulation. Not every taxi owner is driving a vehicle that is unroadworthy. So we need to get that clear right up front. I'm saying that. Not every taxi owner is irresponsible. But the truth is that we have a taxi strike on right now, and that is impacting on hundreds of thousands of school kids who can't go to school. It's impacting on them. It's impacting on hundreds of thousands of workers. And some of those workers, in fact, the majority, are paid on a daily basis. So they are not earning. They haven't been able to earn this whole week. And we do not know when they're going to start earning again. And so they are going to run out of food money fairly soon, probably by Friday, by tomorrow. They're not going to have money to feed their families. This is a problem. For me, it is a problem. We've already had people die because of this taxi violence. We've all seen videos of taxi owners standing next to their vehicles with guns in their hands, merrily shooting at people. This is unacceptable. I have had conversations with police and listened to their stories of what they have experienced. And it reminds me of the pre-1994 days. And I'm deeply troubled by what I've heard. So as a Christian, I have to say, what then is God's plan for this city? And what do I do as a Christian when my brothers and sisters are living in fear? What do I do as a Christian when my brothers and sisters are losing hope? And how do I then go forward? And how do I then make a difference? I'm sorry that the politicians and the taxi associations can't find a solution. I'm deeply sorry about that. And I'm not convinced that there's enough political will to find a solution. And I'm sorry that we have, and I'm naming and shaming the Minister of Transport right now. I think her attitude is not helping, and it's making it worse. I really think she's completely out of touch with where the average worker is in this city. She doesn't understand what the issues are, and she's playing a political game, and she needs to be called to order. As I sat in church yesterday and met with all those clergy who gathered, who were speaking from their hearts about how their congregations are experiencing this violence, and I listened to those stories, I kept thinking, Lord, what do we do? How do we as Christians reclaim our city? How do we get back to that image of an eagle flying in the sky, reflecting the power and the majesty of your dominion? So while I acknowledge God is still in control, I have to acknowledge that we as Christians have got a job to do here. And that job is going to be different. And I call on all Christians not only to begin to pray, but to say, how can I help my brothers and sisters? And to the city mayor, I call on him. I like him, by the way. I call on him to help find a solution. And to the country's president, you are supposed to be the leader. You have been very quiet. I know you are a Christian. You need to be doing something. You need to be finding solutions with the authorities, because the minister you have appointed is not competent, and you can't leave it in her hands. She is not going to find a solution. And while this matter will go to court, it's going to take time, and I don't think that's fair to expect us to wait for the courts to find solutions. I wish the city well in the next few days.